Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Welcome. We are here to discuss Rilla. I almost said Rilla. Rilla
No,
of
I
Ingleside.
finally got onto Rilla.
Yay, good.
Rilla of Ingleside, yeah.
Yes, and we'll say it correctly this time. Rilla of Ingleside, which is the last book in the Anne of Green Gables series,
Mm-hmm.
um, which is bittersweet for sure. Like, as I was reading it, I was sad that it was like in the back of my mind the whole time I was like, it's the last book, like this is
Yeah.
so sad. But yeah, so we're going to talk about that tonight, and then we're also going to just kind of wrap up the whole series
Yeah.
and you know discuss everything, how we
Yeah.
felt about the whole series. And if you're watching the replay, um, welcome. And if you're here live, you can say hi in the
Mm-hmm.
comments and let us know your thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I always like to start off with like a general, like, what did you think of the book? And what was your star rating?
Mm-hmm.
Um, do you want me to go first, or do you want to give your star rating?
I can go, sure. This is a reread for me. But I I gave this one a 4. I really enjoyed it. But there are other books in this series that are my more favorite, I would say. Um,
Yeah.
but it was still really good. I liked it. I was saying before we started that the beginning was I felt choppy for me, but once the
Mm-hmm.
war stuff started, I was like, all right, now we're moving, and I felt like the story really um,
Kind
was
of picked up.
better. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, pick up, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, we have a comment. Hello.
Hello, Nicole. Welcome.
I'm so glad you're here. I haven't read past Green Gables, but curious about your thoughts. Yay! Yeah.
Yay.
I mean, I can only speak for myself, but I'm pretty sure Megan also is always down to talk about Anne of Green Gables. So we welcome any
Always,
conversation.
always, Nicole. Always.
Always. Oh my gosh, I'll have to share a video. I know I sent it to Megan, but it's this place in Prince Edward Island that did a reel on Instagram about like you can go and like play dress up as Anne, like I guess out at their
I'm pretty sure it's just in
museum
the store.
store, whatever it is, for $5. And I was like, $5 in this economy? Sign me up. I just had to get to Prince Edward Island in order to do it. But I mean, amazing deal. Amazing
But
deal.
you get a great photo out of it.
That's true. That's very
Oh.
true. Um, yeah, I also gave it 4 stars. I thought about giving it a 4.25, but I think I settled on a 4 once I got to the end. Um, and that's just because, and we might talk about it later, but I felt like the end was a little abrupt. But I think purposefully, like I
Mhm.
feel like it was just kind of meant to be like open ended. But
Mm.
I was hoping for like a little bit more wrap up than
You were
we got.
hoping for a romance happily ever after,
I
tying the
was.
loose ends.
I was. Which I think Ella Montgomery kind of just left us to our imaginations with that, which is fine. But I would have really liked to see it, but it's okay.
Yeah.
Spoilers don't bother me. Spoil away if you need to. Great.
All right.
Good. Good.
Yeah,
I mean, I guess we should start by saying, obviously, you know, like with all of our book discussions, we will be talking about the whole book.
yeah.
And because this is the end of the series, we might talk about things that happen in the series. So,
Yeah.
um, yeah, just be prepared. And this particular book, like Megan mentioned before, when we even started reading it, like it focuses on World War One. So just a little warning across, off the top that,
Yeah.
there might be some heavier topics, and, decide if you are able to do that or not. Sorry, I was
Yeah.
taking my tea bag out of my tea.
I thought about getting tea beforehand, and I didn't get there. I got cookies instead. So
I mean, together cookies and tea is good. I don't
I
have
know.
cookies. You do.
Just,
What kind did you
we're
make?
tea and biscuits.
That's right.
No, I made homemade chocolate chip this morning.
Oh,
I haven't made them in a while, so the house has been needing a restock.
yeah. And I bet it smells really good.
It is my grandmother's recipe, so yes.
Okay, I feel like you should share in the Discord.
Show like the picture of the nice towers.
Yes,
Whatever.
I love to bake and I love like the smell of fresh baked cookies or bread or cake or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so yeah, so we both gave it a 4-star, which I think is pretty good. I mean, in line, I would say, with the other books. I mean, I guess if I were to average out my ratings across the board, it would be probably like a 4.25, but I mean, close to a 4.
For like the overall series, you mean?
For the overall series,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, the only book I gave less than 4 stars was Rainbow Valley.
Yeah. Was it that one or?
And Windy Poplars, I almost gave a
Yeah.
3.75, but I think I did settle on a 4. So
Okay.
those are my 2 least favorites. But
Yeah,
I mean, they're still all good.
Yeah, I need to double check now which one, because there was one that I gave a 3. And it was one of those. Let me see. But yeah, because we'll have to do like I might do like I don't know, like a tier ranking.
Yeah, and I have a question later on about the whole series, so we can definitely give our tier rankings as well, because I think that would be fun.
Okay, yeah, Windy Poplars was my 3-star.
Oh, okay.
I think that was the letter book.
It was. It was. I thought about you with the letters because, well, more so the diary entries, because Rilla.
Yeah, those are fine.
Yeah. But so speaking of this book in comparison with the others, there is a tonal shift in this book given the subject matter, because it does take place during World War I. So how did you think this book compared to the others? Just overall, but then also like comparing the tone of this book to the tone of the others.
Yeah, like I feel like, because World War I is announced like pretty soon.
Yeah, like a few chapters in.
Yeah, like
the dance, I think.
Yeah, like the 4th chapter is called The Piper Pipe, so it's like 4 or 5. And I thought that the tonal shift was very abrupt.
Yeah.
But I think that's very much on purpose, because the war is very abrupt and very like changes everything very quickly. And so at the beginning, Rilla is she's a carefree teenager. You know, she wants to go to a dance. She wants to have boys like her. She wants to have the best summer of her life and indulge and not care about anything. Which made me a little like annoyed at her, but at the same time, I'm like, okay, well, like she's like what, 14? Like, okay. But then the war change really, the abruptness, I think, was really good in showing. I think you needed that before the war character snapshot of her to see how much she grows through the book and how much the war changes her.
Definitely. And I think that is a big part of the book. I have a question about that later too. But yeah, I do think, I mean, the first few chapters gives us a glimpse into like what Rilla's life is like, kind of as you said. I think she's like 14 or 15. So like, I mean, I consider now a young teenager. Back then, I don't know. I think they would consider it like just a teenager.
Yeah.
Young adult, young woman. And it was fun. I mean, I think I like seeing the Blythe children be young, just because it reminds me so much of Anne. And that's what I really liked about Anne of Ingleside in book 6 was that we got to see the kids.
Yeah. Yeah, because you definitely see the Anne aspects in each of them.
Yeah, and
A
I
little
think that
bit,
that's
yeah.
so fun.
Yeah.
So I did enjoy that, but I agree. I think that it is abrupt, but I think that that's on purpose because I
Yeah.
think it's supposed to like just kind of throw you into what it was like at
Yeah.
the time.
Yeah.
Because it kind of feels like, I mean, honestly, other than what I learned in school, I don't know a ton about World War One.
Yeah.
And so they were talking about all these like battles and all this stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, it was just so interesting because, you know, I never thought about it that way. Like how the
Yeah.
people that lived through it would have, one, gotten the news, which makes sense, you know. It's like logically, you know, these things, but until you're like in their shoes, like in the book,
Yeah.
I couldn't really imagine what that might be like. Because I mean, now, like if God forbid there was like a really big world war, the way we get information is so different now that even
Yeah.
our experience would be different. You know, they were waiting for telegrams and like newspapers, just like
Yeah, sorry.
the
Yeah, because the news had to come into like the town store, so everyone's calling the store for like the
that
news.
was kind
Yeah.
of fun. I did think that was like it was interesting to see like the town dynamic and how it was like such a community thing, you know, like because
Yeah.
obviously all of the people are talking about it and then you get people's different perspectives on it, and I just thought that was interesting.
Yeah.
Which kind of leads into another question, kind of staying on the war topic of World War One, is how did this book change your views on World War One, if it did? And then what did you think about the portrayal of war on the home front versus like, you know, even if you read like historical fiction, whether it's World War One, World War Two, a lot of times they take place in Europe, kind of where the main fighting is taking place. So this was kind of interesting because obviously, you know, it's the Canadians, all of the young men that have gone off to war, and how it affects their families at home. And even, you know, as we see, like, Walter didn't go at first and how he felt about that. So, like, how those
And
that
how
were
he
left
was treated as well. Yeah. How he was treated. Yeah.
yeah, how he was treated for sure. So I'm just curious, what you thought of the portrayal, especially as a Canadian, because you know, I'm an outsider on all fronts.
Well, like I do remember the very first time I read it. I remember afterwards having just a different or a better perspective and understanding of it, because I think at the time when I had first read it, I didn't really understand sort of like why all these other, basically why it became a world war, why all these other countries kept joining in and fighting. And like I didn't understand, you know, like why wouldn't, like, this sounds horrible, but it's like, why would someone care if like Germany takes over France or something like that? Like, why do we need to go and fight for that? And like and so this gave me a better understanding that it's like it was a lot more like it was much more about defending an idea and defending of like a certain type of value for Canada and Britain and those fighting against Germany, because like it really made me understand, I guess, like that there was a very real threat of Germany taking over multiple countries. Like that was an actual threat. And if they could take over Britain, especially at the time, Britain controlled still a vast portion of the world. So if they could take over Britain, they could easily take over Canada. They could, you know, expand all the Commonwealth.
Territories, but like,
The Commonwealth, yeah.
Commonwealth, thank you.
The realms, as it were.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it made me just understand a little bit more of like the viewpoint of the people and why it was such a big deal for
Yeah.
for Canadian boys to sign up literally right away and go right away, and
Yeah.
how that
Well, and that
was
was interesting as an American reading it.
like I knew
Susan.
this like historically, but I was just like,
Right. Yeah.
yeah.
Susan like is like I guess not a fan of Woodrow Wilson, who I guess was the president of the United
Oh
States
yeah.
at the time.
He just writes letters.
Yeah. But I was thinking like, oh, I don't even know. Like in my mind, I would have just assumed that the United States joined when Canada joined, but they didn't. Obviously, there
Yeah,
was a
no,
time
it's
period
like
when they didn't.
yeah, no, because even in like history classes, like we always know like, oh, like the US always joined like later in the war. And then like, pushed, helped the end push and all that stuff, but they weren't there from the beginning
Right.
and
Yeah.
how,
And I wonder, I mean, it makes sense to me that like because Canada is like a Commonwealth of England, that they would be more involved from the get-go.
Yeah, because it's like as soon as Britain got involved, Canada was involved.
Right.
So.
Which makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah. And then I was thinking like, gosh, I don't even know how long the war was, because this book spans several years. I mean, it spans the whole war. But like as someone who didn't know the ins and out of World War I, because I haven't been in it since I don't even know high school. When I learned about it, I was like, oh, isn't that interesting that it's still going 1917, 1918.
Yeah. Well, and you sort of get the feel of like what the characters are going through of just this like never ending like darkness and weight on them. And they say like, what will it be like to wake up and not dread the news and wake up to just a happy day? Like,
I know. It just, I mean, it's really, the tonal shift of this book is, it's not like sad things didn't happen in the other books, but it's just like, there's this overwhelming sense of like melancholy in this book, which makes sense, given what's going on. But I still found it interesting of like how much I enjoyed it, even though it was so sad.
Right. Yeah.
And like, I was just going to say, we're kind of feeling the similar feelings to Rilla and the whole Blythe family of like, Walter's away fighting, and then Jem is from the beginning, and then Walter goes away, and then you kind of get this like sense of like, oh my gosh, like my people are over there, like I'm worried about them, like what's gonna happen. And I think you really kind of like put into their shoes, which obviously, I mean, that's what the family would be worried about. And even just like the other boys from all the other families, like the Meredith children. And
well, eventually even Shirley goes as soon as he turns 18. He joins the aviation crew.
Yeah, and that's funny. I love what Susan said about like, I love her because she's like, Mrs. Dr. Dear, if God wanted us to fly, he would have given us wings. I don't know about this flight thing, and it's just so funny because like, oh yeah, airplanes were like a new thing during World War I. Like,
yeah, I mean, a lot of technology came out of the wars of just from needed innovation, and aircraft got better. But like we are seeing like each boy we've known, even from the Blythe family, and then the neighboring families of like one by one, they slowly go off as they turn 18. And like what that's like to have to say goodbye again and again, like for Anne especially, say goodbye again and again to your children, and not know if it's the last goodbye, and not and like knowing that even if they die over there, like they're not getting their body shipped back, like they're all buried in Flanders Fields in France, right? That's what it's so it's just it's
it is sad. I did like go ahead.
I was just gonna say I do like the home front perspective though of how it affects the women too, and
Yeah.
how the women have to be very strong and smile when they send them off, and hold everything down. I think that's just a perspective that you don't see a lot of times during these historical fictions, because it's always the front lines or the fighting battle, or it's like a nurse in Europe or
Mm-hmm.
something like that, which is still important,
Mm-hmm.
but you don't really see what it's like to just be a wife and mother at home and trying to
Yeah.
keep it all together.
Well, and a major storyline of this book is obviously Rilla pretty much adopting Jim's and
Mm-hmm.
like mothering a child
Yeah, a
through
war baby.
a war baby.
Yeah.
Which is wild because in the book they didn't say like she was mothering a child, but that's 100% what I thought was happening.
Oh
I was like, you
yes, yeah,
basically just adopted this child.
yeah, yeah,
But you know, because I think what is the mother dies and
yeah.
then the
Rilla finds
father's off at war.
the mother dead, and learns that the dad's already left for war,
Yeah.
and the
And
family left
so
is not that great.
right. Yeah. And so it's kind of like obviously, she's um um having to grow a lot when that
Mm-hmm.
happens because
Yeah.
she's now responsible for, somebody else.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
Roxy's here. Hey,
Hello.
Roxy.
Hello.
Welcome.
Thanks for joining. Yeah, but yeah, Rilla does have to grow a lot. Melanie, I think even at the end, Anne says, like her teenage years were gone. She was a girl, and all of a sudden she had to become a woman, and that was it. And
Mm-hmm.
her those formative years
Right.
were different for her.
Yeah. I mean, especially compared to all of her siblings,
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that that's an interesting
Mm-hmm.
dynamic too.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the kids were off at Redmond, was it? They also went to
Yeah.
Redmond.
Yeah.
So they were not like, I mean, the daughters obviously weren't at war, but like they weren't at war, but they weren't at home. They were off at
Yeah.
school,
Right.
like when it was happening. So like their, experience was different.
Yeah. But
But
even we see like when some of them are done school, or like Faith eventually goes off overseas for
yeah.
nursing, I think,
Mm-hmm.
or something else. But so it's like, even though they're at school, like everyone, the war is still affecting everyone and what they do.
Yeah. Because didn't Faith go over to be closer to Jen?
Yeah, because I think she went over for it sounded like some sort of nursing thing that she was doing, but she was able to be closer to him. Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Which ended up being good because he was injured.
Yeah, yeah.
So that ended up being good. This you were just kind of already talking about this, so I wanted to put the question on the screen. But how do you think Rilla changes and grows throughout the story? You kind of touched on it.
Yeah, she grows
but
up.
I mean, she's like forced to grow up rather quickly because of the war.
Yeah. I think also she learns to care for other people. She learns to be more confident in herself.
Yeah.
Because like I said at the beginning, she's just this carefree, a little bit self-indulgent teenager.
Yeah.
She's also been the baby of the family, and then all of a sudden, yeah, she's taking care of a child. She's learning to.
Well, she starts the Red Cross.
The junior Red Cross.
Junior Red Cross. Thank you.
Yeah, so she's helping with the war. She's organizing her friends, basically. She's like learning to organize and do so much. So I think it helps her just be more confident and more selfless, really.
Yeah. Even like what is it? They try to do that like benefit concert for the Was it like the children in Belgium or something? I forget what it
Oh
was.
yeah, because there's the horror
They're
stories
and
of
yeah,
yeah.
obviously. I'm not laughing at
No,
why
no,
they
yeah.
were doing the benefit concert. I was just kind of chuckling because she has to like go and apologize to
Mm-hmm.
to I forget her name, but like
Yeah, the like snotty, stuck-up kid.
yeah, because she needs her they don't have a performer anymore for the
Yeah,
concert and they need a singer. And oh my
yeah,
gosh, that it just tickled me, that whole scene
yeah.
of like her her adolescence still like shown through at times, which
Right.
makes total sense because I mean, despite going through, a really horrible thing, she's still, probably like 16 at this time.
Yeah,
She's still pretty young. And I
yeah.
just thought it was so funny where she was like, at one point, basically the other girl was kind of like dragging her on, like, oh, I
Hmm.
couldn't possibly.
Yeah,
And Rilla was like, okay, well, then I'll just go. And then she was like, no, 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 I can do it.
yeah, yeah. I think it was good though too because it helped Rilla. Because I don't remember was the girl she had to talk to was the same one that she had like looked up to at the beginning of the story.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
But
I'm looking at my notes. I
but
don't
like like she had to see that girl again who she looked up to, and it was like she realized like she realized her own growth and her own difference of like,
yeah.
oh, like this girl is just like
Irene
shallow and stuff.
Howard.
Yeah, she's
Yes, that
shallow
was her
and
name.
that's
Yeah.
what she's gonna be, and like realizing how Rilla doesn't need her approval anymore. She's like, I don't care what you think anymore. So
Right. Yeah. And I mean, obviously, that's a big sign of growth
yeah.
in that she's just kind of like, shedding what other people, think of
Hmm.
her.
Yeah.
I did like one thing that sticks true to Rilla's character from the start to the finish is that she loves Kenneth Ford. And it makes me so happy.
Yeah.
I just thought, well, one, have a soft spot for the Fords, right? So, like,
Yeah.
I love the fact that Kenneth, their son, gets to, fall in love with Anne's daughter.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So yeah,
Like,
for those of you watching who don't know who they are, so in book 5, there's Anne's House of Dreams, and there's a wonderful love story in there about Kenneth's parents. So we learn to love his parents, and then it's like, oh, their kids like each other now too.
yeah, it's just, I just thought it was, and because the story is told through Rilla's point of view,
Mhm.
as the reader, it's kind of like, oh, I don't know. Does Kenneth like her? Does Kenneth like
Yeah.
her? And then before he goes off to war, obviously, they talk because that's a big thing in the opening few chapters, the dance down at Four Winds Harbor. And they have this like moment on the beach by the lighthouse where they like, it's kind of romantic moment or whatever. And they're talking and all of this. And then the news comes in about the war. And so that kind of like abruptly, ends.
Yeah.
And Rilla's kind of like, oh, was it all in my head? Like, he doesn't really like me. But then, he does make his feelings known before he goes off to war. And then I thought it was really sweet, Rilla, like, talking with Anne about, I don't know, I'm going to, like, save myself for him. Like, basically, like, they're betrothed, but he never, like, officially asked. But Anne was like, no, I'm pretty sure that, like, you are. And so it was just, I mean, that's just me. I look for the romantic story in like any story that I read. So, I just had to have like my little shimmering light of hope with Kenneth and Rilla because the story is so sad. But I was like, well, at least they can end up together and be happy. So I just really liked that. Obviously,
yes. So Kenneth,
still like each other throughout the book.
Yeah, so spoiler, Kenneth does make it through the war. Him and Rilla.
And that's the ending that I felt was abrupt. Was like,
oh, you wanted a whole epilogue?
Yeah, I was like, where's the epilogue?
Yeah.
I want to know what happens. Because it's just like, basically, he shows up at the door and Rilla thinks that she's kind of dreaming. And then it's like, no, it's not. And then, oh, it's cute because it's like, Walter used to call her Rilla, my Rilla, and then
like Marilla, like Aunt Marilla that she's named
yes,
after.
and then Kenneth does it too, and then that's kind
Yeah.
of like the last page.
Like, are you Rilla? My Rilla? Mine?
Yeah, or are you Miss Rilla? And so anyway, so like it
Yeah.
leads you to believe that they like live happily ever after. But I was like, I
Yeah.
could have used just a little something, like just a little something.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it was good.
Yeah.
Okay. My next question is, did you have a favorite minor storyline? And I gave a couple examples. Susan's proposal, which had me cracking up, and Dog Monday, which I really liked as well, or any others that you want to share. But
I mean, I liked both of those probably for different reasons. So Susan is like a general helper, I guess, to the Blythe family, to Anne. She came in to help Anne when Anne had a really hard pregnancy and birth, and she just stayed with the family ever since.
yep.
And yeah, Susan's an old maid, as it were, and then she gets proposed to just because I don't remember it. Just because like what he needs a housekeeper
Well, okay, I gotta
probably.
look up his name because it was so.
And she is just
Norman
like
Douglas.
mortified.
Oh wait, is it Norman
No,
Douglas?
No, because that's with Ellen from last book.
Wait, it's they call him something funny in the book. Oh my gosh, I should have. How did I not?
I don't remember at all, but she's mortified that
Josiah Pryor. That's it.
Oh, okay.
Josiah Pryor. I have it. Josiah Pryor proposing to Susan. Yeah.
She's like, the one proposal I get in my life, and it's this from you. She like, what is it? She like chases him out of the house with like boiling oil or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, it was hysterical.
Yeah.
He was like, oh, I just figured you're an old maid. You would have just fallen at the opportunity for any proposal. Yeah. And she was like, just so
get
offended.
Get out of my house.
Get out of my house.
Oh boy. Yeah. That was funny.
It was just like little moments of levity throughout the story.
Yeah.
Where I was just like, this is crazy. What are we doing?
Very funny.
Dog Monday was a little more sweet.
Dog Monday.
Enjoyed that.
Do you want to explain what that is?
Yeah.
Susan's proposal.
So Dog Monday was the Blythe's dog, and is it Jem's dog?
Yeah,
like really?
Jem's, yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought. And when he enlists, they go and they see him off at the train station. Yeah. Well, Dog Monday, the dog, doesn't come back home. He like stays at the station because that's the last time that he saw his master. And so he's just dying for him to come home. And he won't come home until Jem comes off the train. And so he basically just like lives up there at the train station.
For like 5 years.
For like 5 years. It's crazy. And they like bring him food and they check on him like every day. And like obviously the townspeople will come in and check on him too. But spoiler alert, when Walter dies in the book, he is like howling because he can sense that someone has died. And he like howls all night, and like I can't remember who it was. Someone in the town was like, something was up with that dog. And then like the next day they get like the notification that he had died. And so it was just the way Ella Montgomery used Dog Monday throughout the story to like indicate what was going on was like really, I thought, an interesting like plot device, really. Yeah. And then when Jeb gets injured, and then he's injured and missing or whatever, and then
he's like captured, wounded, captured,
and they were so worried that like, oh, what if he's dead too? But then Dog Monday hadn't howled, and so they were like, we're going to keep hope that he's alive, because if he was dead, just like with Walter, he would probably have this reaction, and he didn't. And so I just thought that was really sweet. And then obviously when Jeb comes home, then Dog Monday gets to come home, and I was just like, oh, okay, good.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
get
the
to be
little scene of
reunited.
the reunion of like Jem coming off the train alone because he didn't tell anyone he was coming when he was coming home, and then the dog just like racing and like, oh. But I thought it was really, yeah, I love Dog Monday, and but it was also just this like very clear like example of the constant vigil of hope that
Yeah.
the dog has, but that everyone has really, of
Mhm.
hoping and waiting for their loves to come home, just like the dog does. And it's just like,
Yeah, that's a good point.
because then they say at one point, like, what are we gonna do with what is gonna happen to Dog Monday if Jem never comes home? What's
Right?
gonna like?
Yeah.
But oh yeah, but and
He
then yeah,
he would
even
have
like
died
in
at that train station. He was not
yeah,
gonna
yeah, but even like I thought it was cool how like even like the news and the newspaper picked up on Dog Monday and it got like circulated around
Yeah. Yeah.
um other cities and stuff, and the little dog became
Yeah.
famous. And
Yeah. That was a really
I love Dog
fun
Monday.
storyline. And then I forget, I think there was like when he came home and they went to church and
Oh yeah,
Dog Monday like went to church with them because
yeah. He's
he
like,
was
I'm never
not.
leaving you again.
Yeah, he just like followed him around,
Yeah,
just so sweet. I mean, animals are just the best, right? But
yeah,
I really loved that as well.
yeah.
Um, I'm trying to think if there were any other. I mean, obviously, minor storyline. Well, it's not really minor, but like obviously Jim's, um, you know, the war baby. Um,
Yeah, he eventually goes back to his father, who remarries after the war, and Rilla makes sure that the new stepmother is gonna like take good care of him and love
yes,
him too. And I thought it
right.
was nice though too how the stepmother was like, I understand, like yeah, you can come see him as often as you like, and you can tell us like things to do because he's just as much your baby. He's more your baby,
Yeah,
than ours, which is true because she raised him from
yeah,
like
she did.
an infant to 5.
Well, and oh my gosh, who comes and saves him? Mary Vance when he has
Oh,
croup.
right,
I
right.
mean, the baby,
Yeah,
spoiler alert, almost doesn't make it because he has
yeah,
this like they called it like some sort of like not any normal croup, but like real croup.
yeah, like the
I was
death
like, isn't
one.
all croup the same?
Yeah. I thought that was
But
interesting though. It was like a parallel to book 1 where Anne saves Diana's sister.
yes, I thought
So,
that too. I thought
yeah.
that too. I was like, oh my gosh, look at that.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, where they're like, this is gonna sound awful, but like in my mind, I was just imagining them like having him because they do like the smoke inhalation to
Yeah.
dislodge whatever like phlegm was,
Yeah.
causing him not to breathe. And I just was like picturing them like a rotisserie chicken, just like this kid. I was like, oh God, what are we doing?
Yeah, it's
Well,
like things have
it
changed
was
since then.
fine. It's like, what is happening?
Yeah.
Uh, yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, again, like still so much happened in this story, which is what I love about Ella Montgomery's writing is like, you know, it's such a cast of characters and like so
Yeah.
much is happening. But it really is the backdrop, obviously, is the war and how that
Mhm.
affects everything. But it was still just like these random little things that would
Yeah,
happen.
there's still like fun misadventures along the way because it's still life and there's still
Mm-hmm.
everyday life that has to be lived,
Yeah.
even though big things are going on.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Which is really beautiful, I think.
Yeah.
Alrighty, let's talk about the series as a whole, which
Mhm.
Megan prompted me in the beginning. She was like, I brought my whole set. And so I had my husband go down and get my whole set.
Yours have prettier spines though.
Hold on,
Mine
I
are
gotta
like
throw it back in.
the older covers and
But I
stuff.
love your covers. I
They're
think they're
fine.
so pretty.
They're fine. But like the spines are just all bland. Yours look
Yeah,
so
I
nice.
do. It would be nice if they were like more color
Yeah.
coordinated and whatnot.
I
But
do though like my Anne of Green Gables copy with Megan Follows from the movie. Oh no, it's blurring.
Yeah.
But
Oh man,
I
mine
do
is
like
not
that.
coming out. Hold on.
It's like the only time I'll like a
A
TV
movie album
adaptation
cover.
cover.
Yeah.
Because I usually hate those.
Yeah. Let me just do a comparison for those that are watching of Anne of Green Gables to the last book that Anne is the main character of, which is Anne of Ingleside, which is book
That's
6.
good.
And you can see how she has grown up.
Yeah, I do like that about
Yeah.
your particular coast. Where's mine? Oh yeah, mine. So mine is Anne of Green Gables is the movie. Like I said, hold on, let me unblur this because it's not gonna. Let me show the covers. So I have like Megan Follows from the movie, but it's Anne waiting at the train station with a little carpet bag, and then Anne of Ingleside is Anne sitting under a lovely tree as a mother with her children playing in the background. And
Oh, that's so pretty. I wonder if that's Rainbow Valley.
I think it is supposed to be, yeah.
Yeah.
Because Rainbow Valley, mine is this one.
Yeah. Yeah,
Which
mine's
is
like very much like by a
in the
pond.
forest, yeah.
Yeah, in a forest, yeah.
So it is probably the same.
Yeah. Okay, so what did you think? What a silly question. What did you think of the whole series? But what did you think? And did you have a favorite book?
Yeah.
And then how do you think that Rilla of Ingleside wraps up the series, or does it wrap up the series?
I think it does because we've followed now Anne and her kids, we followed her kids completely growing up, basically. Like growing up, going to war. Like, we don't know what they'll do after for those who were able to return. But we know also, too, that, like, the girls were very much involved with, like, Red Cross stuff. So we do get to see them all being adults out in the world and contributing and participating and stuff. So I think it does, like, wrap up. I think it does a good job of wrapping up. I would say, though, that, like, for, like, my top books is still book 1. Book 1 and book 5, so Anne of Green Gables and Anne's House of Dreams are probably my top favorites.
Yeah.
So we see, Anne of Green Gables for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
But then book 5, Anne's House of Dreams, we get to see Anne and Gilbert finally as just a new married couple and building that new life together. And I really enjoyed that.
Yeah. Same. Well, so I know this was a reread for you of the whole series, right? Because you had read the whole series before.
I did.
Okay.
Remembered very little, but yes.
I know every time we met, we were like, she was like, I don't remember this.
I'm like, oh no, I didn't remember this book. This is probably why.
Oh, it's funny. This is my first time reading it, as you guys probably know, because we've talked about that. And so I do really like, well, one, it's nice to like look at the series and like know what happens, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay. I know exactly what happens to Anne. I think for me, I was hoping for a little bit more of a wrap up in the last book of like, I don't know. It's hard because the book just ends and it wraps up that book, right?
Right.
But I'm like, well, what happens after? And I guess it's just left up to the reader's imagination. Because I was really wondering, honestly, at the beginning of the series before I started reading it, I was like, is Anne going to die in the books at some point? Not from like anything tragic, but just like, is her life going to?
Right. Chronicling her entire life to the end.
Right. Until so it is just interesting to me, not knowing how the story was going to unfold as a whole. how Ella Montgomery wrote it. You know, she
Right,
really
right,
just stopped writing once Anne's kids grew up, which makes
right,
sense to me.
right,
Um, but it was just I didn't know what to expect,
right.
and so it was just kind of like, oh, okay, I'm sitting with it now.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah, that's fair, for sure.
in regards to favorites, I guess I'll do a top half, um, which is going to be the first three. The first three.
Mm-hmm.
And Anne's House of Dreams.
Yeah.
Like, if I had
So,
to choose to reread, it would be these four.
yeah, and I think, yeah, 1, 2, 3, and 5. And I
Yeah.
think even just those four together give you a very good story of Anne's life, basically.
Yes, I would agree.
Yeah. They
Yeah.
give you a very complete picture, for sure.
Yeah. I think if you had to add in another one, it would be Anne of Ingleside, but I don't think that you would need to.
Right, right. But Anne of Ingleside is fun because you get all the little kid adventures.
Yes, I did like that. Honestly, if I had to pick a favorite, I mean, it's tough because Anne of Green Gables, you know, there is no series
Yeah,
that
I think we need to like take that out of the equation
right.
almost because that's
So
always the
we
favorite.
all agree that it's the first one. But
Right.
if I had to choose, it would be between Anne of the Island and Anne's House of Dreams.
Fair. Fair. Good choices, yeah.
One, this book, I just love this book, Anne of the Island. It was such a fun one. One, because we get to actually see Anne and Gilbert finally get together.
Yeah, because that's
Like,
the end of that
finally.
one.
And
Right?
it's just so fun because they're off at college and she has all of the suitors
Yeah.
and they like live with those
The
like
roommates.
the
Yeah.
roommates and like it was just so fun. I really did love this book.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I don't know. Anne's House of Dreams though is contending to be number one because
Yeah.
I just love this book. And I was
Yeah.
really surprised how much I loved it because it's not set in Avonlea, right? Because
Yeah.
this is when they moved to
Four Winds.
Four Winds Harbor in this
Yeah,
one.
yeah. Yeah.
So anyway, so that one really surprised me with how much I loved it. But yeah, so
Fair. Good choices, yeah.
those are
Yeah.
those are
So
my
for those of you watching, you know, it gets better. Just get to book 5. As they say, just keep reading. No, but they're all yeah, like they're all still solid reads.
oh, totally.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
There are some that are like more important information than others.
Yes.
But, you know, still solid reads for sure. But it's interesting that you say like how like you didn't know how it would wrap up, what you were expecting. So like it would be interesting to have maybe just because these last two books were not really from Anne's perspective at all. And so I think it would have been different even if they were the same. Well, the Rilla one might be harder, but if they were the same, but from Anne's perspective, just like all the other ones were, I wonder how that would have changed our views or our perspectives. On the series. Because it would have had different focuses, but.
What I did like about Rilla of Ingleside was we did get to see more of Anne than I thought we were going to, honestly.
True.
We don't get a ton, but we do get some like key thoughts. I mean, I even wrote down like Anne's first gray hair. Like I was like, oh, that's important, you know, because I just felt like, oh my gosh, we get to see this like young girl come off the train station and get adopted, and now she has gray hair. Like I just think that they're like, oh, that was so, what a great story arc. You know what I mean? I loved it.
A little detail, yeah.
Yeah, and so just even being able to get that.
Yeah, and like
exciting.
I don't remember if it's the beginning of this book or the beginning of the one before this, but at some point they do mention how like Aunt Marilla has passed away, and so it's just like in passing, but it's you sort of know it's happening because one of our books jumps ahead like 15 years or so. So it's like, you know, at this point she has to have gone. But like, so you do sort of get that closure from Avonlea, a little bit of just knowing like, you know, the older people are gone. And Anne always says, you know, I love Avonlea, but it's not my home anymore. You know, we built this whole life in this new town. At Ingleside is their house name, which I love that houses have names. I wish we did that still.
I know. I think that's like one thing to take away from the Anne of Green Gables series is like name your house.
Yeah, they just decide on a name for their house. Like their first little house is the House of Dreams, and like their second one with all the kids is the Ingleside house. I don't know why, but like, I love it.
Yeah, well, I wonder too. Like, I guess in my mind, I'm imagining that like there was more land. Like they had more land. Like it was kind of like not a farmhouse, but like I know they're in a town, right? But like nowadays there's like, you know,
yes, to be fair, when we went to PEI last fall, to be fair, I was surprised on just how still very rural the whole island is. It's a very, very small population. Like Charlottetown is the only like big town, big city, with like the only place we saw like, you know, apartments, and even then they're not like super tall. But like everywhere else we drove around was farm fields, smaller houses, which was very nice.
I mean, that's beautiful. I love that.
So, but it is also just it's a very small island, and there's not a lot of space for a ton of people in a way. Yeah. So it's just sort of stayed.
Nicole says, I have to be in the mood to read these. Yeah.
Yeah, they're definitely a mood. They're definitely a mood.
Yeah.
But they're good though. But if you want, I don't want to get ahead in case you had a question about this. But I did start just very briefly Chronicles of Avonlea.
Oh, I saw that on your Goodreads. How is it?
I'm like barely, I'm 18 pages in, so I'm like barely in there. I like it though because it's basically little short stories. So if you're not wanting to like, you know, read the entire Anne series, or you want something, you finished it and you want to go back to something else, this is great, I think, because I know on some lists this is listed as like the 9th book of the series, even though it's not.
Yeah.
But it is, I think, a great little place to go into because it's just short stories. And the very first one actually is Anne during the college years. And it's a story that was mentioned briefly in one of our books when she says, oh, I came back from vacation and this is what happened on vacation. And it's the story of what happened on vacation. If you remember, when she comes back and she says she basically helped these two people get married who were like dating for 15 years and he wouldn't propose. Yeah, so the first story is that story.
Oh, that's fun.
So we get to see them. So like that's good. So like if you just want a little taste of Anne, you know.
And are these books just about like characters in Avonlea?
Yeah, so the second one, the second story I'm on is called Old Lady Lloyd. Which this one I'm familiar with because this was a episode storyline in the Road to Avonlea show that was produced by Sullivan Entertainment, which also produced the Megan Followed Green Gables adaptation. So also you guys should go and find Road to Avonlea to watch that online. It's a great show. Anyway, but so because the show took inspiration and stories from the book, so it's just a little.
Oh, I love
nice
that.
Little nugget there.
How many seasons are there? I feel like there's like several seasons.
7?
Yeah.
6 or 7.
Yeah. I remember looking it up and being like, this is a lot.
Yeah. But it's such a cozy watch. Like you just need something quiet and cozy because it's like produced in the, I don't know, 80s, no, it might have been 90s because it was after the Green Gables movie. But it's just quiet, cozy, you know, very low stimulation. But there's like fun hijinks.
Okay. I need to
every so often, I mean, the first episode, and then every so often you see Rilla and Rachel Lynde. And they talk
Oh,
about like,
fun.
oh, Marilla's gone to visit Anne, and there's
Yeah.
like little moments here and there. But
Oh, that's
anyway,
good.
that's a separate thing. But yeah, but if anyone just is craving like some Avonlea stuff,
Mm-hmm.
there's
Immediate your
Chronicles
pick.
of Avonlea, and then there's another book, Further Chronicles of Avonlea, just like little short stories that are nice as well.
That's good.
Yeah.
I was trying to think. Oh, since you have watched the movies, I have not.
Mm-hmm.
What? I feel like I've seen somebody in war clothes in the movies. Do they get all the way to Rilla?
No, so
Okay.
movie 3 is World War One. However, they do it that Gilbert goes off to war instead, and so they do it, yeah, which is way heavier. So they do it.
Jeez.
So
Also,
basically,
like, is he young when he goes off to war? Like, or
no. So I don't know. It's like Anne and Gilbert get married right before he goes off. So like he's in his uniform when they get married.
okay,
Um,
so nothing like the books. Gotcha.
no, completely nothing. So yeah, so he goes off to war, and then he's reported missing. She goes off to England to try and find, or France to try and
Oh
find him.
wow.
She
Okay.
eventually also finds and adopts a war baby. So I guess sort of.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. I don't really like it just because it's so not like the books, and it's
Yeah.
a much heavier movie because it's more war focused than like it was in this book. Like Gilbert's away, like she's
Right.
going to the front to find him, basically.
Rather than it being about
yeah,
them on the home front. Yeah.
and it's a much heavier book
Gotcha.
or movie. I mean,
Okay.
so like if you're gonna watch the movies, I would just say movies 1 and 2, and you'll be good.
Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds good. I could do that.
So movie 2 basically combines story elements from books 2 to 4 and
Okay.
sort of mixes them around a bit. But you've got like the so like she's teaching, or she just finishes teaching in Avonlea, but they don't show her going away to school. They say like, oh, she completed it. I was going to say online, but that was an option, like through correspondence, through mail. But then
mail in your schooling. That's so funny.
yeah, but it's the second movie is basically her going to another town to teach. But it was like the town from book 3 with like, I forget their name now, but the Pringles, the Pringle family from the Pringles are a big thing in the movie. So like that's fun. And they take like little elements from so movies 1 and 2 are good. Yeah.
That's fun. Okay. Good to know.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for joining us on our Anne of Green Gables reading journey.
Yeah.
This has been a lot of fun. I can't believe it's over, but also like it's been a long time, so I can't believe it's over.
Yeah, no, it's been really fun, but I think I'm definitely ready for a little break.
Same. Like a break would be nice. But I was just curious, and we'll pose this question of like just thoughts on what we might like to do next, if we want to do something next.
Yeah.
If others have an idea of what they might like to read or see. I like the idea of like something nostalgic. Maybe it doesn't have to be a series.
I did have an idea, but I didn't want to commit to anything. And for those watching, me and Emily have not really discussed this at all. So feel free to,
while we're on camera.
Yeah, feel free to give us your thoughts or comments in the chat or down below after, or in the Discord. And well, I should say in the Discord. If you're watching, we're doing this through B at Mama Needs to Read Romance, her membership Discord, Honey Hollow. But obviously, like, the shows are for everyone, but that is where we've created this whole read along and stuff. But one thing that I was really interested in is possibly, for me, it would be a reread again, but going through the Chronicles of Narnia books.
Ooh, yes. Okay.
So,
It's funny. I just went to my mom's house this past weekend and I got two series. I went for three, but I got two. One, I want to reread Harry Potter. Not that I want to do a read along with that. I just
mm-hmm,
personally want to reread it for
mm-hmm.
nostalgia purposes. And then two, I got the Little House on the Prairie books that I remember having when I was younger.
Oh,
They
yes, I
weren't
remember you
mine, they
mentioning
were my
that.
sister's copies, but I knew that my mom still had them.
Yeah.
And then the third series, which she didn't have, is the Chronicles of Narnia,
Oh, okay.
which I remember so vividly having as a
Mhm.
kid in our house, but I don't remember whose they were. So I
Right.
think they could have been my sisters, they could have been my aunts, and so maybe one of them has it now.
Yeah.
But I had read The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe in middle school, like,
Hmm.
and loved it. But I've never read the whole series, and I thought that would be so fun to
Hmm.
read because I just remember really loving The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, and I would love to reread that book.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, that's the thing is
so,
that like it's one of those series where it's like everyone's read like with Anne of Green Gables, like most people have read the first book, or
right.
Chronicles of Narnia, and most people have read Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, but then like that's it.
Yeah.
So that's why I was thinking about that. But I forgot though, like Little House on the Prairie, that would be fun too because I haven't read
Yeah.
any of them at all. And then
Oh, that's
it would
right.
be
You
like
had mentioned
the
that.
opposite now, the Canadian reading the American.
Oh, yeah, that'd be kind
American
of
reading
fun.
Canadian.
That'd be kind of
So,
fun.
so I was just like, yeah,
Yeah.
because like I don't know. I mean, like even like with Canada, like we still have like the west of Canada was still like
Right. Yeah.
exploring, but I don't know. I feel like it's a different. You guys have a different vibe of like going west and
Yeah.
making something.
Sure. Yeah, I can see
I
that.
don't know,
Yeah. I
but
mean,
that'd be interesting too.
I like you have never I have never read Little House on the Prairie either.
Oh, I thought you. Oh, okay.
No, I have
Oh,
never read it.
might not be a good
Not
idea
even
then to have
like
like
the first
both of
book.
us not knowing.
Yeah, both of us being like, I don't know what's going
Yeah.
on. It's fine. Um, but yeah, I just what I really liked about this read along has just been the like I want to say nostalgia, but it for me because I hadn't read it when I was younger, there is no nostalgia, but there is. There's like just this like sense of like I guess nostalgia for the age I would have been if I had read them as a younger kid, you know?
Oh,
And
okay.
I think that because it's considered a classic, there is just like a tone to them that's just different than
Yeah.
contemporary reading that
Yeah.
is just so kind of like you said about the Rhoda Avonlea show. It's just like low stimulation, right? Like it's just so cozy and like calming.
Yeah.
Um, so
See,
I
because
just would love to do something kind of like that. I just don't know what
yeah,
it is.
yeah, because
So,
like yeah, because I just like for me like I know what you're saying with the nostalgia. It is a nostalgia, but for me it's like a nostalgia for like a bygone era of like
yeah.
that different time period, the different. Well, also Ella Montgomery, her language of writing is very evocative too, and how she
Yeah.
describes things. So there is that element. But yeah, it's like it's just I don't know. Like I know we always for romance talk about like the Regency period and stuff, but I
Yeah.
really like this very small time period of the 1900s before the war. It's like it's the Edwardian period, so it's right after Victorian, but it's
Yes.
that early 1900. I just because you've got a few like cool new things that are happening with
Mhm.
inventions, but we're still old school
Have you ever read
in some
this is
ways.
a YA series, but it's called the Lux series.
Oh no, I don't think I've heard of that.
Um it's set in Gilded Age New York, which I'm pretty sure is
Oh,
turn of the
okay.
century. Um but that was one of the first book series that here, that's the first book.
Oh, okay.
It's called Lux. I think there's like three or four in the series, but this was one of the first books that I read. There's four books in the series. Like as an adult post college, that got me back into reading. Um,
Okay.
and so there's like elements of like Regency, like romance to it, but it's YA, and so it's just, but it's got that like turn of the century feel to it.
Right.
And I really like that time as well. I
Yeah.
think, I mean, that's why I like When Calls the Heart, on
I so need to catch up on that.
yeah, I'm behind on it too. I'm only on
Okay.
season 5, but
Oh, you're not watching like the current? Oh, okay. I don't
no,
feel
I'm
so
way
bad.
behind.
I
I'm
don't
way
feel so bad.
behind.
Canada stopped airing it after season 6. It stopped airing on the Canada channel
Oh, really?
for weird copyright reasons or something like that.
Oh, disappointing.
So like I did find a way we can get it. You have to like now it's like you have to subscribe to Super Channel and get.
Okay.
So I can get it. I'm just like waiting
Okay.
because I'm like I want to just like be able to like pay for the 1 month and like binge it.
Right, and binge
Like
it.
wait till it comes back. But I don't feel so bad now.
Yeah, no,
I thought you were like up to date.
I'm way behind. But I
But
do
yes,
love
love
that
When Calls the Heart.
because I
So
think
much.
that's like 1910.
Yeah, it's the same time period. That's why I love it. That's why I love it.
Yeah, it's really good. There is a spinoff. This is such a sidebar. We will wrap up. I'm sorry. But they have a prequel show to it now on Hallmark, which is airing
Which
on
I
the
also
W
want to
Network,
watch.
which is called
So.
Hope Valley 1874.
Okay,
And
I
it's
didn't realize it was a prequel. I knew about it and I wanted to watch it, but I didn't
yes,
realize it was a prequel.
it's a prequel. It's about how the town came to be. So it's a little
Oh,
bit different time
cool.
setting because it's 1874, so it's
Right.
not turn of the century, right? So it's a
That's
little
so
more like
cool.
Western, rugged.
Yeah.
Oh, but it's very good.
Yeah. No,
Um,
I want to watch that.
so I've been doing a recap show.
I know I've seen
Have you seen it?
Well, like
Yeah,
I knew you were doing it, but I didn't watch it because I was like, I haven't seen it
I haven't
yet.
seen
So
it. I know.
I
Yeah.
thought I'd get
Luckily, I mean, I'm not hosting it. I'm just joining somebody else that already
yeah.
does it, which is very kind for her to think of me. But it's been so much fun. So I would highly recommend that one. But it's just different, obviously, because it's a
Yeah.
different time setting.
Yeah.
But anyway.
This is a sidebar too, but I've been wanting to, and I know the book is very different, but I do want to go and try reading the When Calls the Heart book that it was that it was based off. I do know it's very different, especially the way the show is now. It's like completely
Oh
different.
yeah. Yeah. I tried
But
to read it once
but I
back when
think
I first was watching it, like
yeah,
10
but I
plus
think
years
the
ago.
beginning is somewhat similar.
Mm-hmm.
I think, but I don't know. That's a whole sidebar.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So essentially,
Anyway,
we like older books, books with an older setting.
older setting, cozy, chill.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so if anyone has anything they would like to
Any ideas?
do, it also doesn't have to be a series. I don't know.
Right.
I don't know if we want to jump right again into like an 8-book series again,
Right.
or like try something else,
Yeah.
or even just because on the Discord that we're a part of, we're the librarians. So I don't know. We could even just do like smaller, I don't know, like little monthly things or
Yeah.
little event things or something like that. But
Yeah.
I don't know. But for now, I think
we're
great.
open to ideas. If you have any,
Yeah.
feel free to let us know.
I do, yeah. But even if we don't do it, I do think in the future I want to do a Chronicles of Narnia something.
That'd be fun. Yes.
But
yeah.
I think it'd be a blast.
Yeah. It's fun because you can watch. Well, I don't think there's a movie for every single book, but
no,
you can watch movies.
Yeah, there's some movies to watch. There's, as far as I know, the Disney one. There's just 3 of them for the the main kids, but still fun. Still fun.
Still a lot of fun. Yeah. But thanks everyone for joining. Everyone that's joined across the past, I guess, 8 months because there's been 8 books.
Yeah. But yes, thank you everyone. Very much appreciate joining us on this adventure that I concocted up. Thank you to Emily for
it was a good idea.
Not leaving me high and dry.
I would not have read the series if it wasn't for you, and I really enjoyed reading it. So I want to thank you for putting the idea out into the universe.
I always felt bad on the months where the book was a bit of a dud. I was like, oh no, what have I done?
No, it's okay. So. It's a part of the journey.
Yeah.
We're going to go through it.
But yeah. But thank you for those who joined, those who are watching back, those Whoever's watching in the future, hello, future.
Alrighty. Well, I hope everyone has a
Yeah.
good evening, and
Mm-hmm.
we'll talk to you soon.
All right. Bye.
Bye.